Thank you,
doing?
Chairman Tonko. I like that characterization of busy. Thank you. Today, we're holding our first legislative hearing on HR 1512, the Clean Future Act, which is our comprehensive and ambitious legislation to combat the climate crisis and achieve a 100% clean economy by no later than 2050. And I just want to say to my friend, Mr. McKinley, the ranking member, look, we obviously want to do things on a bipartisan basis. I'll keep repeating that over and over again. But I also want to stress, this is the innovation committee. This is the innovation country. And we can't be left behind. I guess, I know that climate change is viewed obviously as an environmental issue, a health issue, but it's also a security issue. And I constantly say to Ms. Rogers that I agree with her that China is the enemy, that China is the competition. But I am just so afraid that if we don't innovate, if we don't think about the future, if we don't think what's going to happen in 10 or 20 years, that China's going to eat our lunch and they're going to take our jobs and they're going to, and we're just going to be left behind in this global competition. So when you say my colleague from West Virginia that that we have to look at this long term. That's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to look at this long term and be innovative and creative in what we do because we don't want to be left behind. But anyway, I just wanted to say that this Clean Future Act is the product of nearly 30 hearings and countless ideas and recommendations from members. At the heart of our bill is a commitment to achieving net zero greenhouse gas pollution no later than 2050, with an interim goal of reducing pollution by 50% from 2005 levels by 2030. And science is the impetus for our goal. Innovation is the impetus. The climate crisis presents one of our greatest challenges, but it also presents one of our greatest opportunities. And I want to stress the opportunities through innovation. Today's hearing will examine clean future provisions that seize the opportunity to use climate action to create jobs and support working communities. First, we have the federal Buy Clean program, which would steadily reduce emissions from construction materials and products used in federally funded projects. This innovative program leverages government funding and procurement power to fundamentally transform and strengthen the competitiveness of the U.S. manufacturing sector. And next, and first of its kind, we have the Clean Energy and Sustainability Accelerator, which would help states, communities, and companies transition to a clean economy. Capitalized with $100 billion, the accelerator will mobilize public and private investment. Finally, the Worker and Community Transition title ensures every worker and community has federal level support and resources during the nation's transition to a clean economy. The legislation creates a new Office of Energy and Economic Transition in the Executive Office of the President, and this office develops programs to support dislocated workers and provide financial assistance to local governments. This assistance, coupled with the bill's infrastructure investments, will support economic development. Now, collectively, these three provisions provide new opportunities to decarbonize the industrial sector, but also bolster our economy. And I also wanted to mention before I close that there are pathways to industrial decarbonization that already exist. We have many technologies and programs available now that, with meaningful funding and wider deployment, would drive industrial sector improvements. Just today, EPA announced that 95 manufacturing plants earned Energy Star certification in 2020 for being amongst the most energy efficient plants in industries like automotive, baking, cement. And I know that the Republicans believe in efficiency, believe in resiliency. You talk to me about it all the time. Energy efficiency is crucial as part of a decarbonization strategy, and this Energy Star industrial program will help us reach our clean economy goals. So I guess what I really want to stress is I believe that these and other climate policies in the Clean Future Act will empower America's workers with new good-paying jobs and ensure that we do not fall behind in global competition. They will revitalize our communities with the support they need to rebuild from the pandemic and leave no one behind. So I just think that we're working on protecting the environment, protecting our health, but at the same time, through innovation, we can get there and create more jobs and be competitive and not be left behind. And so I understand what you're saying, Mr. McKinley. I don't disagree with a lot of the things you say, But let's think of ways that we can do this together, which is, I think, our common goal. Thank you, Chairman Tonko.